All right, team. Shall we do this together? The Indian Jam? Awesome. So before we begin, head down to the description and click the link for the file that says Indian Jam Worksheet. All right. Once you click that, it looks just like this. There we go. All right. Indian Jam Worksheet. So the scale that we're going to use, or the raga, is called Hamsadhwani, and it's this one right over here. And the notes are this. Okay, so that's what we're going to base our exercise off for improvisation. Underneath it, we also have some ornamentation. So the ornament that we're going to play around with will be this first one over here. And it sounds like this. I'll try that again. So it's kind of like a quick flick of those first two notes, and that leads to the second note in the scale. As you can see here, you can also do the ornamentation over F and B flat, but for today's session, we'll just use this ornament over here, the gamakas. All right, so these are our two elements. The backing track can be found by scanning this QR code. So when you're ready, you'll scan that QR code and then you can play along with it, which I'll do in a second. Excuse me. All right, so this is the exercise. All right, you have the notes that are written out, and you can choose either to copy them or to create your own improvisation with it using different elements. But I would suggest when you first play it, just copy the notes that you have here, and in these boxes here is where you can improvise. Okay, so this goes for 16 measures. The ways that you can change the melody, there are two. The first is you can alter the rhythm. So for instance, if you were to take the first four notes, which is this here, you could cut and paste the rhythm A. So I'm going to choose this one rhythm here. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And let's give it a go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And... All right. What about if we took these notes over here? And in this example, we will use rhythm D. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And... All right. So you're going to place these eighth notes on the F and on the B flat. With the rhythm. All right. So when you're first doing this, you can pick maybe just one rhythm to cut and paste throughout the entire melody. As you get more confident with that, you can start picking multiple, and more confident than that, you can create your own rhythms. All right. But use these here as a starting point. Now you can also change around the order of the notes. So for instance, if the rhythm has two eighth notes, these over here, the second note that you choose will be either above or below this chosen note in the scale. Let me explain. So here we have a B flat going to a C. Right? The note that is below C is B flat in the Hamsadhwani, and the note that is above C is a D. Right? So if you have a C, you can either go down to B flat or to D. Does that make sense? So here, the pattern is going to be, I've chosen to go down to the B flat. Let's try another one. What about this over here? All right, so we've got an F. So we have to figure out either are we going to use the note above F or below F in the raga. Now, it turns out that the note that's above F is an A, and the note that's above B flat over here is a C in the raga, right? So it's now going to sound like this. Cool? So play around with that. Whenever you have two eighth notes, either select the note that's above or below, but it must be within the raga, right? Otherwise, we're going to go out of bounds and it won't sound like the Hamsadhwani anymore. Okay, cool. So with that all being said, let's give this a little jam, all right? So I'm going to play the backing track, and I'm going to pick one rhythm or two. We'll see how we feel, because I'm going to make this up on the spot. And I'm also going to, every so often when I see the C over here, I'm going to attempt to use this ornament. All right? Wish me luck. Let's give this a go. How was that? Right. So I played around with some rhythms, and I also added the ornaments, as many as I could, of the C. So what I would suggest is when you guys are first trying this, play it without the ornaments, all right, and just change the rhythm, and then slowly work your way through the ranks. After that, you can start changing the notes. I didn't change any notes this time around, so I still need to keep practicing. But play around with that. Take it very slowly. Play without the backing track first, and then when you're ready, add that backing track in there, and really enjoy creating your own Indian jam. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. We'll see you guys again in the next episode. And until then, happy jamming.